Good morning. Just heading down the river. It's not the best of days. It was a lovely start, as it frequently is, but it's been rough all week. We had Storm Agnes come through in the week. It was rough yesterday after the storm. It's forecast about 20 knots of southerly to get up, and that's just starting. You can just feel it going down the estuary at the moment. So I'm not predicting that we're going to smash any records today, but we'll get down to the bottom of the estuary, have a look. I suspect we're going to be confined to just sort of the bar, that sort of area. I've got a little bit of bait with me. I tried to get some rag and couldn't. So I've got a bit of squid, I've got some razor clams, and we're going out over the low water. So I've brought a fork as well, so may pull into a beach and see if I can dig any lug. But we'll have a look at the conditions first. Have a look at the conditions, see what we can get out of it, and just take the day as it goes, really. I'll see you down there. Well, I'm at the bar, the entrance to the river. Sometimes it's difficult to make a decision, and sometimes it's easy. The camera won't do this justice, I don't suppose, but it's horrible, and this is still in the river, so yeah. We won't be going out to sea today, but we'll find somewhere and see what's about. I might just have a drift up the river with some sabikis first, so we'll give that a little try. These up in the wind, some tiny little size 12 sabikis. Yeah, I don't know if you can pick that up behind me, the ferry in at Salcombe, so I'm a little way up the river. It's not that pleasant here, it's horrible at the bar. We've got breaking waves in the river, not quite here, but a little bit further downstream it is. There's a little touch then on the sabikis. Yeah, clearly a horrible day out to sea. According to the forecast as well, that's not going to get any better. So we'll see what we can find in and around the bottom edge of the estuary here. Try a few different spots. I'm out over the low tide period now, so can't go back anyway. Wasn't forecast to come in southerly. Yeah, this southerly wind wasn't forecast for a couple of hours yet, so I thought we might be able to get out just to the mackerel marks and then work our way back in, but our way back in is here already. And that's where we're going to stay for the day, I'm afraid. That's alright. Well, I think I've managed to find a very brief drift that I can fish. Try some baited mackerel feathers, just baited with some mackerel belly strips that from the previous trip. Something wants it. Really nice pollock just at the bottom of the estuary here. The difficulty I've had trying to find somewhere to fish is that we've got an outgoing tide at the moment, which is obviously outgoing tide, but the wind is blowing you in. So in some areas of the estuary the wind is blowing you one direction, and in others the tide's taking you out. And here is absolutely fine, and running into South Sands behind me is calm, so that's okay. But I'm not very far away from an area which is really quite horrible. So it's just finding a drift in a safe area like this, where you've got time to fish it a little bit without it being silly. And it's paid off with the first fish of the day. Yeah, that's it though, unfortunately. That's that little drift over. Well, these are different conditions in here. It was horrible at the mouth of the estuary. One little pollock for my trouble. So I've just come round the corner to get out the wind. I've got on here just a small running boom, a couple of feet of 15-pound fluoro, whole squid on a sea beast fine bed. We're in quite a bit of tide here and 9 meters of water, so not massively hopeful of this one, but we'll pop it down to the bottom, let that little 1 ounce lead drift around, try and find a gully and see if anything's lurking in it. That seems to have settled. I'm going to leave that off the back on a light drag and have a tidy up around the boat. I'll give this another 10 minutes here. We've got trying to cover all bases here. The water's very coloured after the weather we've had, so I've got sabikis on here which are not likely to do anything in this coloured water. I've got some baited mackerel feathers, and I've got that whole squid on the bottom, which is sort of the best chance I would have thought. So it's been down 10 or 15 minutes. I'll give it another 10 and see what's going on. Move somewhere else. The wind's starting to creep round the corner here as well, which will start swinging us, which is not a lot good for holding a bait on the bottom. I was at Southampton Boat Show on Friday. That was a really good show. So I've got to say thanks to Ben of Brig and Dan and Henry of Wills Marine and Grand Ribs. Some interesting boats, both ribs and hard boats, that they had to show. And thank you for the beer. Yeah, quite a lot of aluminium boats coming on the market. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they're like in this country. I know they're very popular in New Zealand and Australia. Yeah, how they cope with our climate, be interesting to see. And of course there was lots of nice things well beyond my boating budget. I have to say I do like Botnia Targas. I've never been on one, but they just look like a rugged fishing platform with some shelter as well. Yeah, lots of fishing possibilities all the way around, but shelter as well to get in and out. Never been on one. Might try Trident Charters next year. I've seen their setup last year in Christchurch, I think it is, with a Targa 25. So yeah, might be one for the diary for next summer. Well, two things happened with that bait on the bottom. It was covered with weed. I've cleared that away, and that's what we've got left of a whole squid. So I suspect we've just got lots of weed and lots of little crabs, because I never saw a bite at all. Let's move on. Right, I'm going to try and fish a bit of a deepish hole here in the river. I've just got some Chinook 2Os with little bits of razorfish on. I say try and fish it because it's very close to the edge. It's very close to boats, and there's a bit of tide running and there's a bit of wind blowing. So I'm keeping the engine running. I'll just manoeuvre if I need to. But yeah, we'll give it a go. I'll just reposition and bring you back on and we'll try it. Hooked up in my own stuff here, hang on. Well, I wasn't expecting that here. Well, I wasn't really expecting anything here, so whatever comes up is good. Lovely little bass. Get that one hooked nicely. Very nice, and that is a takeable size bass, but like a lot of estuaries in the UK, the Kingsbridge estuary is a bass nursery, so anything that does come out goes back. And there he goes, happy with that. We'll have another little try here, I think. Something knocked straight away then. No, not there now. Oh, isn't it? Hang on. Something's having a little rattle. Surprised me if it was another bass. Oh, it's not. It's a scad. I'll keep that in the water for now and see. Decide. I'll probably put it back, to be honest, but I'll keep that for a sec. Boat. Yeah, the only reason I've kept that is that I'm fairly light on bait, and that is that scad is a really good bait, but I think I've got enough for the day. They are a pretty hardy fish, and that won't do it any harm, just sat in water for a bit. It's a nice little hole this to fish, but I'm this close to one boat there, the shore, another boat there, and another boat there. So within that little triangle of boats is a 10-metre hole, and I'm just trying to sensibly keep in it. I've had a little look at the bait situation. So live. Trying to let you go. I've had a look at the bait situation, and yeah, this one's well lively, as you can tell. That can go back. I've got enough to get me through the day. Just trying to have some lunch and hooked into something. Scad number 2. Right, I will have a bit of lunch and have a think about what we're going to do. Try this spot just outside the bar. Now the wind's with the tide, it's a lot less gnarly than it was here this morning. It's not a place I'd normally fish. I much prefer it out to sea, as you know, but that's not a player today. Well, I'm going to call it a day at that, I think. Today was always going to be a see what you can get out of it type day. Yeah, one nice pollock, a nice bass, definitely takeable size. My bait table is 50 centimetres and that was about 48, something like that, 47, 48. Takeable size is 42, but not in a bass nursery. So that went back to aid the fish stocks, hopefully. And a couple of nice scad, which would have been good if I was going out to sea. I'd have kept them for bait. So as ever, we hope for good weather, and next time get a bit further out that way. Thanks very much for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Cheers.